Well, so today I'm at the Mercedes showroom in Gurugram. I'm at sector 43 and we're here at the Golf Course Road Mercedes Center. Now the reason we're here is because of this a very special car, the Mercedes AMG CLE 53. Now as you can see, it's a smashing looking car, but we'll talk about the looks a little later. Let me just tell you some performance figures of this car before we go ahead. Now this car is powered by a V6 3-liter engine which makes about 450 bhp of power and about 560 newton meters of torque. Yes, it's a very powerful car. It also gets from 0 to 100 in a shade over 4 seconds, so again very quick, and the speed is limited to 270 kph, which really is fantastic, so to say. Now in terms of the looks and of course the overall appeal of this car, this matte finish looks really cool, but what looks also cool on this car, or any other Mercedes car for that matter, is the key. Now as you can see, this car's key is typical Mercedes, but when you flip it around you can see the AMG logo on it, and this is what makes it so special. Today's video is all about this special Mercedes. My name is Ashim Masih. If you've come to this channel for the first time, then please do like, share and subscribe. If you come here before but haven't subscribed as yet, please do so, because we know that 80% of you come to this channel, watch the videos and just go away, but do subscribe so that when you help us increase our influence, manufacturers like Mercedes will call us more often and much faster to do reviews of their cars. Thanks for watching. Well, so a lot of you might be wanting to see the engine. This is the engine, of course, it's under that cover, and I think that it looks really cool. You of course get this huge cross member over here to give it that extra bit of rigidity, and of course you also get a lot of shielding to protect the occupants inside from the heat. Now you might be thinking, what is this over here? This of course is for the air intake. Now you'll say, where is the air intake? Because the air is going over here. So where is the air intake? The air intake is on the outside over here. We'll show it to you from the outside when you close it. And of course you can also see this special logo for the AMG that's got that special insignia on it. But let me just shut it down and show you the air intake, which is over here. This looks really cool, and of course this is the air intake which pushes all that air into that turbocharger, those twin turbochargers, which really do give it all that power, that 450 bhp of power. Now you also get this massive grille, very toothy grille, and of course this is the one which presents the AMG logo on it, so it gives you that aggression, and of course this huge badge, and of course the place to put your number plates and stuff like that. Sensors on this side and this side as well. And if you move on to the side, you'll also see that this one actually has air intake, so where this is genuine air which goes through. It also helps cool the car. It also helps to improve the efficiency and of course the coefficient of drag on this car. Now if you move on to the side, you will also notice that it gets massive Michelin Pilot Sport tires. Now these tires are very good in terms of giving you great performance, great grip, and that's something that this car needs with all that power. Also see that you get red calipers which add a few bhp as well to the overall performance. No, they don't, but it looks really sporty and very fast with those red calipers. You also get this design over here, which is of course meant to improve aerodynamic efficiency, and that is something which a lot of customers will need to be careful about when they take this car over those speed humps. Turbo plus 4matic badging over here, because of course the power goes on both the axles. And on the side, it's again typical Mercedes design, which goes and has this curving roofline at the back. It's a sloping roofline, looks very cool again. Now the specialty about the rear tire or the rear axle is that you can turn it by about 2.5 degrees. Yes, you can turn it, and that helps the overall dynamics of the car when you're taking those tight turning in the city, because the overall turning radius of this car goes down, and even though it's a very long car, almost 5 meters in length, even then this car's turning radius is quite good and quite acceptable for such a big and wide car. So that's something which a lot of customers will appreciate. You of course get this huge crease over here, and that is something which gives it that certain bit of pizzazz. On the back, we'll ask our cameraman to come from the other end and show you the back end as well. Now first of all, let me show you the brilliant design of the lamps at the back. Now it's got no connected beam of light, which is now the norm across, and I prefer cars which don't have that, because it's become very difficult to guess which cars exactly what, because everybody's got the same design. So you get this very sleek design for the lamps at the back, CLE 53 badging here, AMG badging on this side, huge Mercedes logo which also doubles up as the boot release. We'll open that later. Couple of sensors over here as well, and couple of sensors towards the edges, and this huge diffuser at the back, which is something which generally does work. It's meant to improve the airflow, and of course twin exhaust on both ends, so quad exhaust, actually 4 exhausts you get on this car, and a very subtly designed spoiler is also part of the kit. Now all these aero dynamic elements on this car, all these aero elements actually do work, and they're actually meant to improve the efficiency as well as the performance, because remember, this car's top speed has been limited to 270 kph. It can go beyond that, but these things are meant to improve your overall driving experience. Now, to drive this kind of car, you don't need open roads, you need special racetracks, because it's a car which has got lots of performance. So if you do buy this car, to use its full potential, it's always important to take it out on a racetrack. Of course, you can also take it out on the open road, where speed limits are usually around 120 or 130 kph, mostly on our Indian highways. Anyways, enough of jokes. Let me show you the boot of this car. Power tailgate, nice and spacious. Also, it's got a spare wheel. It's a space saver, but still you can manage some big bags inside this car. Aperture also is quite nice and decent. Now that's enough of the exteriors. Let me show you the interiors of this car, and then we'll take it out for a spin. Well, so this is a special place to be, behind the driver's seat, because this really is the business end of this car. Now, the reason we've opened up the roof over here is because the cabin was feeling very dark otherwise, because we're inside a showroom. So we've opened it up now so you can get some light into it, and you can see for yourself all the detailing on this car. Soft Alcantara leather over here on the steering wheel. Lovely stitching all across over here on the door pads. Fantastic stitching over here on the seats. Sport seats, so you feel really nice and snug in them. And of course, you also get very good leather over here, so just feels like a perfect place to be. Carbon fiber finish for the entire center console, and of course ambient lighting on the doors as well as the center console. So it really is an amazing place to be in. Lots of controls on the steering wheel, lots of touch controls on the steering wheel. Of course, on the left side you get telephony and the stereo and other controls like that, and on the right side you get cruise control, and of course some of the other features over here which are meant to keep you safe and your loved ones safe as well. Seats adjust over here, and of course the gear lever is positioned over here where the indicator stalk is usually placed, and that is something which you will really appreciate. The indicator, of course, because it's a German car, is on the left side. Completely digital cockpit, and the best point about Mercedes cars is the Mercedes and Me app, and of course the infotainment system. It is the best system amongst all the luxury car makers. BMW, Audi are definitely behind Mercedes when it comes to the overall tech and the features inside the car. Very intuitive to use, very easy to operate, and it gets loads of kit, lots of features that you can go through. The MBUX system and other stuff, it's very easy to navigate through everything. And of course you can choose the various driving modes by using these buttons over here and the various menus and sub menus, and of course you can choose a lot of other stuff. The performance of this car also you can choose and tune it to your own liking. So these are things that you can do. The seats, of course, are powered, and you can move them around, not from here but from here, but of course you always find the seats over here, and lots of places to keep your odds and ends. And of course this is also a nice and big box where you can keep lots of stuff. 2 USB type C's, and of course the door bins also are large enough to house those big 1 liter bottles. And before I forget, it also gets a Burmester sound system. And if you thought that the design and the overall looks and everything on the outside were falling a little short, when you open the doors you can see that the doors are frameless. So that is also another talking point with all your friends. Now let me jump in the back seat and show you how practical and usable that really is, because that's something which a lot of sports cars don't have. And after that we'll head out on the track. Well, so I'm in the back seat now of this sporty Mercedes, and I have to say, surprisingly, there's plenty of place in the back seat. Very surprising, because usually cars which offer so much performance and so much style and swag don't really have back seats for adults like me. But as you can see, I've got a decent amount of space, and the headroom also surprisingly is quite good. My height for reference is 5'10", so if you're about 5'10", 5'11", you should be okay in these seats. And the front seat has been adjusted for my height and driving position, which I was on this side, so it's pretty much similar to where I was sitting over there. So yes, pretty good amount of space. You also get a quarter glass window here, which means you don't feel claustrophobic. You can look out of it. The only thing is you don't get a light at the back, but you do get some hooks where you can put some curries and stuff like that, or maybe some bags. Burmester sound system at the back, and AC vents also at the back, which just shows you how committed Mercedes is to the comfort for the rear seat occupants. Yes, a couple of big beverage holders and a place to keep your cell phone as well. Now we aren't taking this car on the racetrack. That was just a hook to get you engaged till the end. If you have enjoyed watching this video till the end, then please give us a like. If you haven't enjoyed it, give us a dislike, but do give us a like, because this is a very special car and it does get some special treatment. I'll give Mercedes a strong score of 95 out of 100 on the interiors, the looks, as well as the overall figures that this car has to offer. Now Mercedes, please do give it to us to take it out on the track. Now if you want to get in and out of this car, the easiest thing to do is just pull this little tag, and the seats go in their own direction, the front direction, automatically. It takes a little time, so you have to get used to that, but you don't have to do any kind of other effort than that. And of course, if you're as fit as me or as unfit as me, then you need to just, move your way around and get out of the car like this. So you've got to be fit to sit inside this car, and of course you've got to keep the seats back or take them back. Just push the backrest back and the seats will automatically slide all the way back. So that's again technology for you.